He never imagined love would come knocking through a stranger's smile. He wasn't looking for romance. He wasn't chasing dreams of candlelit dinners or forever promises. He was just a single dad trying to survive another day, another shift, another bedtime story for a little girl who meant the world to him. But fate? It has its own stubborn plans. Because on a blind date he almost skipped entirely, his daughter's innocent voice discovered a truth that would change his life in ways he never saw coming. Before we dive in, drop a comment with where you're watching from. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos like this. Let's begin. The world felt heavy on Daniel's shoulders, heavier than the black winter coat he shrugged into as he stood in front of the bathroom mirror. He stared at his reflection, then down at the small fingers tugging at his sleeve. "Daddy, you look handsome," his daughter Lily whispered, her voice full of pride and missing teeth. He smiled because parenting demanded smiles, even when your heart felt like tired glass. He had been convinced by his co-workers to try a blind date they set up, just for fun. He didn't believe in moments like that anymore. Not after losing Lily's mother unexpectedly 2 years earlier. That loss carved him hollow, and he filled that emptiness with work, exhaustion, and bedtime snuggles that barely held his broken world together. But Lily insisted he deserved to smile again. "Mommy would want you to be happy," she said with a wisdom no child should ever have to carry. So here he was, in a small cafe with warm lights and soft music, waiting for a stranger and hoping the night wouldn't end in awkward silence. The bell above the door chimed and he glanced up. A woman stepped in, snowflakes resting in her hair like tiny stars. She looked around and when their eyes met, she smiled the kind of smile you don't see twice in a lifetime. "Daniel?" He nodded, trying to fight the nervousness crawling through his chest. They talked. Small talk at first. Then real talk. She was warm, patient, kind, and when she laughed, it sounded like the world softening. For the first time in years, he didn't feel like he was surviving. He felt like he was living. When he picked Lily up later that night, the little girl rubbed her sleepy eyes and asked, "Daddy, how was your friend?" Daniel smiled without meaning to. "She was nice, baby." Lily tilted her head, studying him the way only kids can, like she could see inside him. "I hope she's nice forever," she whispered before sleeping against his shoulder. Daniel drove home wondering why her words felt like a quiet prophecy. The next afternoon, his phone buzzed. A message from the woman, whose name he'd learned was Emily. She wanted to meet again and asked if Lily could come. He hesitated. Most people didn't volunteer to step into the life of a single parent so quickly. But he agreed, a small spark blooming in his chest. They met at the park, where children's laughter stitched the air with joy. Lily spotted Emily first, and before Daniel could even say hello, Lily froze. Her little hand clung to his coat, her eyes wide, breath trembling. Then she whispered, shocked, emotional, almost afraid, "Daddy. I know her." Daniel blinked, confused. Emily knelt down gently. "Hi, sweet girl." Lily's eyes filled with tears as she whispered something that broke and rebuilt Daniel all at once. "You held me when I was born." Time stopped. Every heartbeat felt like thunder in Daniel's ears. Emily's eyes widened, stunned. Slowly, pieces fell into place. 2 years ago, in a hospital room filled with heartbreak and light, when Lily's mother was fading from this world, a nurse had held newborn Lily against her chest so her mother could see her baby one last time. Emily was that nurse. She remembered every detail. "I didn't think I'd ever see her again," she whispered, tears shimmering. Daniel felt his throat close. Life had brought him back to the person who had held his daughter on the hardest day of his life. In that moment, everything made sense. Pain, hope, timing, destiny. Lily hugged Emily like she'd been waiting to finish a chapter life once tore in half. Daniel realized this wasn't just a date. It was a door opening after years of darkness. He didn't know where the road would go. But for the first time in a long time, he believed in tomorrow, and sometimes, that's where love begins. Not in fireworks or fairy tales, but in familiar souls finding each other when they're finally ready to heal. Stay with me, because stories like this remind us, life never forgets to return kindness, and sometimes the heart remembers long before the mind does.